Ma'am, we can start, ma'am.
Good evening, students. Yes. In 8th standard science, today's topic is water pollution. Yes. What is the concept of water pollution? Water pollution is contamination of water bodies as a result of human activities is known as water pollution. This is the meaning of what is water pollution means contamination of water bodies. Who contaminate the water? Yes, human beings only contaminate that water. So that concept is known as water pollution, contamination of water bodies as a result of human activities. Okay, how the water bodies are. So contamination water bodies are, and then when harmful substances such as chemicals, sewage, and then waste are released into them. So we contaminate what are the materials to the water bodies means chemical, sewage, and then sewage waste and different kinds of fertilizers, and then pesticides also contaminate the water bodies. Okay, it produces some physical, chemical, and biological changes in the quality of water. When the water is contaminated means automatically the waters are changes their physical and then chemical, biological part also. So, how the water is contaminated means what are the harmful substances? What are the harmful substances? That is chemicals and then sewage. Sewage, chemicals, and then agricultural waste also. Agricultural waste means that is pesticides and then fertilizers. So these are all the harmful substances we release into water. Yes. So it produces what are the changes in water means physical, chemical, and then biological changes. In these changes are occur in water when we want to release these kind of waste, sewage waste and chemical, agricultural waste, that is pesticides and fertilizers are contaminate the water means water is changed the physical and then chemical and biological changes. So it degrades the water quality also. It will be changed pure water to toxic water. So these toxic water is harmful to living organism. Okay. So what are the sources of water pollution? How the water is polluted? That is, what are the sources for water pollution? What are the sources means the unwanted harmful substances like this waste and sewage just you thrown to that water. So these substances are called pollutants. Pollutants. What is pollutant? Pollutant means that is waste and then sewages are just we throw to that water. So these pollutants are released by different kinds of various activities. That is, what are the water pollutions are classified? One is man-made and another one is natural sources. Water is polluted into two kinds. One is man-made and then another one is natural. Because of natural sources also water will be polluted, and another one is we are doing, that is man-made source. So here we are going to see some sources of water pollutions. One is household detergent. That is first and important main concept. Household detergents. Yes, we are using different kinds of detergents for our cleaning and washing purposes. Sit. We are using different kinds of soap, shampoo, like that. Okay. Household detergents. Household and cleaning detergents are the major causes of water pollution. So, synthetic detergent, that is non-biodegradable detergents, have the chemicals. They do not break down to can end up the polluting both surface and the groundwater. That is non-biodegradable. Biodegradable and then non-biodegradable content. Non-biodegradable means that kind of detergents cannot break up the different kinds of water, that is surface of the water and the groundwater also. It creates some pollutions. So the detergents have the lot of chemicals. They do not break down and they end up the pollute surface and the groundwater also. They pollute the groundwater. Okay. So, and then we are using detergents, that is effects of, so detergent water will be affect fish and other organism also. The water is moving in a river and then pond. We are used to the washing purpose and then cleaning purpose and bathing purpose. In that place, large kind of different kinds of organisms also in that area. River and pond, different kinds of fishes and then microorganisms are living in that places. We are using that place for washing and bathing purposes. In that manner, the detergent waste and then soap wastes are mingled into the water. The water is harmful to that organism. Okay. So they are living in that place. So shampoo, face wash, and then toothpaste are that added. These are all the chemical contaminants. Toothpaste are chemical, and then shampoo, and then face wash and hair wash, different kinds of shampoos and soap we are using for our cleaning, body cleaning, hair washing purposes. In these water, the waste water is merged into the large area of water sources. So these different kinds of chemical contaminants are merged into the pure water. The pure water is changed into wastewater level, though different kinds of organisms are living in that place. So definitely that kind of the waterborne animals, different kinds of fishes also suffer because of the water contamination. So these are called that they are added for different reasons: scrubbing, cleaning on your skin, and then polish your teeth. Here we are using the toothpaste and then soap. We are using toothpaste, soap, detergents. Though these are all the chemicals. These chemicals are dissolved into water. So that water is joined to that large sources of water bodies means, so the water automatically contaminated. Okay. So fish and other animals feed them by accidentally and get sick. Okay. So household detergent means we are using cleaning detergent, and major source of the water pollution. Synthetic detergents and chemicals do not break down and they pollute the bodies, both surface and the groundwater level also. So excess of detergents are adversely affects the fish and other organisms. Okay. So first part is household detergent. Sources of water pollution. First one is household detergent. Okay. Is there any doubt in this first one? Household detergent means nothing. We are using different kinds of shampoo, soap, and then chemical contaminants, different kinds of materials. So that chemicals, do not break down that water. So finally, they pollute the surface of and the groundwater level also. And next one is domestic wastages. Sorry, domestic sewage. Domestic sewage means wastewater that disposed of from household. That is called as domestic sewage. Wastewater. What is wastewater means? We are using water for different kinds of purposes. Bathing, cleaning, washing, in that purposes. So, that kind of water is called as wastewater. That is disposed. After using of that water is called as wastewater. So that is disposed of from households is known as domestic wastage. That is domestic sewage. Yes, wastewater that is disposed of from household is known as domestic sewage. So domestic sewage should be treated before being disposed into water bodies like river, lake. Yes, these water is joined to river, lake. So before that, we want to purify that water. It will be better. Sit. When we want to purify the wastewater, when we want to filter the wastewater means definitely it will be not affected that living organism. Is it or not? Yes. Untreated sewage contains impurities such as organic matter from food waste, toxic chemicals from household products. It may also contain the disease-causing microbes. When we untreated sewage water means the wastewater is directly joined to the river bodies, that is water bodies, a river, lake, pond, like that means that is called as polluted water. So untreated sewage contains what are the impurities, organic matter and food waste and toxic chemicals also present in our household products. Definitely it may also contain the disease-causing microbes. Untreated sewage water. Untreated means not filtered, not purify that wastewater, that is untreated sewage water. Untreated sewage water contains different kinds of impurities, that is organic matter and from food waste and then toxic chemicals are present in the untreated sewage water. So definitely it will be affect the living organism. What are they present in water bodies? So the largest source of water pollution is India's untreated sewage. So on an average, a person 135 liter of water per day they are using washing, clothing, and then bathing purposes. So one day, one man using 135 liter of water. So this is one of the point. Yes. Each and every person are using one day 135 liter of water each and every day. Largest source of water pollution India is domestic sewage only. Okay, that is untreated sewage. So next one is agricultural activities. In agricultural activities also, next one domestic waste and then plastics also. domestic waste and plastics. Yes. Solid waste are including the plastic. Yes, we dispose each and every day different kinds of plastic material. Use and throw plastic bag, use and throw plastic cups, use and throw plastic bowls. You are using different kinds of tea cups and then side dish dishes cups and then plastic cover also. Yes, just easily we thrown to the waste material in that open space. Yes, that is domestic waste and plastic. So solid waste, so domestic waste, plastic, it is in solid condition only. So the solid waste are including the plastics or end up the water bodies such as lake, river and the ocean also. So plastics are block the drains and spreading the vector-borne diseases. Yes. Yes, we can see the drainages, the solid waste of, that is solid waste material. Plastic, bag, and then material. Teacup and then side dish bowls. These are all the plastic solid waste. These solid wastes are easily joined to water. That is drainage water. So the drainage water is just joined to the lakes and then river bodies, means definitely that water is changed into contaminated water condition. So plastic block the drains, spreading vector, they spread the disease also. Different kinds of diseases are spreaded for the contaminated water. So plastics are non-biodegradable material. Government banned that material, but whatever it may be, we are using different kinds of these kind of materials and just we thrown into water bodies and then open space also. When we thrown that water bodies means that kind of plastic materials also joined in that river and then a lake like that. So in that places the water is blocked as well as the drainage also blocked due to these unwanted doing for humans. Okay. So the plastics block the drains and they spread the vector. So these are all the causes of the domestic waste and then plastic materials. Next one is agricultural waste. Agricultural waste means we are using different fertilizer, pesticide, herbicide, and then insecticides also. Agricultural means we are using fertilizer, pesticide, and then fungicide, insecticide like that. These are all harmful thing on sea. Yes, pesticides, insecticides used in agricultural and it is dissolved in rainwater and flow into the water bodies like river and lake. So in this case, excess of nutrition such as nitrate and phosphate, also toxic chemicals. These toxic chemicals are dissolved in water bodies, means that water is changed, that pure water is changed into contaminated water. So this kind of action is known as the eutrophication. So the waste chemicals, that is nitrates and phosphates, are toxic chemicals. They are dissolved in water bodies, means that kind of action is known as eutrophication. So these substances also be the harmful for the aquatic organism. So fertilizer, pesticides and insecticides for the agriculture purposes, they dissolved in rainwater and then river water and then pond water. River and pond and lake also. Okay. So in this causes excess of nutrients. What is that? Nitrates and then phosphates. One of the chemicals. Nitrogen and phosphorus in the way of nitrates and then phosphates. It is the toxic chemical. These toxic chemicals are create some diseases for humans as well as the aquatic animals also. Okay. Because of the agricultural waste create different kinds of diseases for human being as well as the aquatic organisms. Okay. Industrial waste. Yes. What is this? Black color water. Yes, from the industries. Industrial waste means the industries, different, many kind of industries are in our area. Okay. Students don't write anything. Is there any doubt? Means you please ask me. Don't write it, ma'am. Just you raise your hand and tell me.
Ma'am, once you screen share.
Yes, disable annotation. Yes.
Yes, disable this annotation.
Yes, I used. Industrial waste means many industries release the toxic waste, that is lead, mercury, cyanides, cadmiums. These kinds of chemicals also involved in this wastewater. So that industrial wastewater is directly joined in the water bodies like river and then lake or ocean. So automatically the pure water is changed into contaminated water because the industrial waste is directly joined in this place. So in the industrial waste, it contains different kinds of chemicals, that is mercury, lead, cyanide, cadmium, like that. So it is also toxic chemicals. That toxic chemicals are automatically dissolved in that place, means the pure water body water is changed into contaminated water. So in this way, that pure water is changed into contaminated water. Industrial waste means different kinds of chemicals also present in that water. So that industrial wastes are harmful to all living organisms like aquatic animals as well as the humans also. Yes, oil spills. Second heading is, next one is oil spill. Oil spill means so large amount of crude oil and natural gas and reserves below that seabed part. So with the increasing of the exploration, crude oil in ocean and then accidents in drilling and transporting oil also increased. So oil spill cause the water pollution. One of the main causes of the water pollution is oil spill content also. Okay, oil spill cause the water pollution, which is very harmful for the aquatic animals. Okay, that large crude oil and the natural gas reserves are in that seabed area. Okay, so When that increase of that exploration of crude oil means the oceans and drilling, the transporting, the oil have also increased. So it is very harmful for aquatic organisms. So the oil which remain floating on the water surface, so look like black color water. Basically, the water is colorless, is it? Yes. Why it is in black color? Because of oil spills are floated in this area, so that it is in black color. Okay. The oil which remains floating on the water surface block. So the sunshines reduce, dissolve the oxygen water. So it is the marine organism also suffered because of the oil spill, water pollution. Yes, look at this picture. What is this? Yes, domestic sewage and plastics. We thrown the large number of plastic materials. Yes, water pollution, main causes of water pollution for our household, domestic waste and plastics. These plastic materials are easily joined in the water bodies like river and then lake part also. So in that manner also water is polluted. What are the sources of water pollution is one of the major part domestic waste and plastic, that is solid waste material. These are all solid material, does not dissolve in water. So that is called that is solid water, solid waste. Solid waste are that plastics are disposed into the water areas. So these plastic materials are create some water pollution. And next one, yes, waste materials. What is this? That is common for that agricultural waste, agricultural activities. This is the field area. Yes, when we are using different kinds of fertilizer and pesticides like that. So after the using of that fertilizer and pesticides, automatically that chemicals are dissolved in water. So that water is joined to the water bodies, means automatically that pure water is changed into polluted water. So in that manner, the water is polluted. So what are the topics? Industrial waste and oil spill. Okay. Sewage corn. See, corn is not a sewage, boy. Just what I told, agricultural waste that is expressed in that places. Okay. Corn is not a sewage. What I told, that is agricultural activities. Due to that, fertilizer, pesticides and insecticides we are using for the agricultural purposes. So it dissolved in rainwater and also the water bodies. That in that manner, just I show the picture for that. Next one is thermal pollution. What is thermal pollution? Means a large amount of this water used for the cooling purposes in the thermal and nuclear power plants. In what purposes? We are using in nuclear power plants for cooling purposes. Yes, when we are using the large amount of water and cooling purposes in thermal and nuclear power plants or power stations and many industries also. So water used for the cooling purpose discharge back the river and organical water. After the using of this place, automatically join to the water bodies. Industries and the nuclear power plants, we are using the water. So in what purpose we are using? For the cooling purposes. In manufacturing industries or nuclear power, thermal power station, after that using, they easily join the water or release the water to the water bodies like ocean, river in that places. So that original water sources raise the temperature and sometimes with chemicals also. So when we are using the thermal power station and the industries for the cooling purposes, so automatically the water temperature is increased. So the hot water is joined in the cool water, means it will be harmful for that organisms. Okay. Though the water temperature is increased, water temperature increased, as well as some chemicals also joined in that water also. Some chemicals are dissolved after using of the power station and the industries. So that kind of water causes the water bodies, that is aquatic animals. So in this manner, the water is polluted. So we are using the water in industries and thermal power stations and nuclear power stations. For what purpose? Just cooling purpose only. So automatically the water temperature is increased. So the hot water is merged into the back to the river and original water places, that is pond area, river area or ocean area. So that causes rise in temperature and decrease the amount of oxygen also. So the oxygen dissolved water, which adversely affects the aquatic life. So this is the right details of thermal pollution. And general common pollutants are generally classified: domestic pollutants, agricultural pollutants, and the industries pollutants. What are the detergents? Yes, the pollutants mean sodium sulfate and then sodium phosphates are in. Yes. What are the sources? That is detergent. Detergent means sodium sulfate and sodium phosphate. What are the effects? Yes, we are using that. Humans, they cause, develop, and then reproductive, and then toxically, endocrine, and then disruption. Phosphate make the bacteria and large grow faster and use all the dissolved oxygen. So these leads the decrease of animals and plant diversity. Okay. And next one is plastic, fiber, and then microbes. So plastic, clothing, and hair beauty and skin products. So that is the sources of the pollutants, plastic and fiber. These end up in water bodies such as lake, river, and ocean. Here they attract the toxic chemicals, that is marine animals are often they meet them, and as they confuse, they as the natural source of food, and then toxins can move up to the food chain. So next one is agricultural. So different kinds of pesticides, DDT, dichloro-diphenide, trichloroethane, that is one of the insecticide, and nitrates and phosphate are the fertilizers. So it affects the central nervous system of all insects, animals, and human also. So and then because of this purposes, we are expecting nowadays organic vegetables, organic fruits, like that, organic crops. Why? Because our body also affect for insecticides and fertilizers. Due to this cause, we are expecting that organic manure, crops and vegetables. Fertilizer, bacteria and algae grow faster and they use up all the dissolved oxygen, and this lead a decrease in animal and then plant diversity. Industries means these are all the chemicals: lead, mercury, chromium, and arsenic. Chemical and then textiles, leather industries, like that. So toxic to animal, plants, and then bacteria. So in the water. Okay. So These are all the types of different kinds of pollutants. Okay. What details we learn in this session? Water pollution. What are the causes of water pollution? Yes, is there any clarification or doubt in this chapter? First, we learned what is water pollution concept, contamination of water bodies and the result of human activities known as water pollution. So different kinds of water bodies are present in our area. All the water bodies are polluted because of the natural sources and as well as the man-made activities. What are the man-made activities? Means household detergent, domestic waste, and then domestic waste and plastic and industrial waste, oil spill, agricultural activities, and thermal pollution. In this way, the water is polluted. Okay. Related that concept, I am going to explain some details with the help of the activity. Chemical waste, discarded rubbish, untreated sewage, fertilizer. These are all the headings. So, some explanations are given. Now, we are going to match the right proper explanation for that. So, what is chemical waste? What is discarded? And what one is that? Untreated waste, like that. Okay. So, first one is fertilizers. Fertilizers means, yes, source of crop farming. That is fertilizer. So, in fertilizer grade, source of farming. So, the fertilizer, different fertilizers are we are using in agricultural area. It is one of the pollutant. And next one is excessive growth of algae in freshwater block the sunlight for the plastic product. Okay, so excessive growth of algae. It is also affect that water bodies. Okay, and next one is untreated sewage. Untreated sewage means who do that? Yes, human and the livestock waste. Human and the livestock waste, that is untreated sewage. Next one, contain the harmful bacteria and then reduces oxygen and the concentration in the river, destroying the fresh water. And when we want to the untreated sewage is joined to the pure water bodies, means because of that contaminated water, the bacteria reduce the oxygen level and the concentration the river, destroying the freshwater organism, that is called as communities. And next one is discarded rubbish. Discarded rubbish means that is poor waste management, that is, and increase the use of non-biodegradable plastic packaging, that is in the heading of discarded rubbish category. And next one is it is not decaying material. Yes, right or wrong? Does not decay, takes up the space and can harmful for our life. It will take more than 200 or 300 years for the decaying purpose. And next one is chemical waste. Chemical waste means a factory releasing untreated chemicals are joined in the water bodies, can poison to the organism and living and the around water. So, chemical waste means factories release the untreated chemicals. The untreated chemicals will suffer the organism in water part. And next one, discarded means poor waste management, increase the use of non-biodegradable packaging. Okay, I'm going to submit the answer now. chemical waste, factories releasing the untreated chemical can poison organism living and around the water also. Discarded rubbish means, that is, sources of the discarded rubbish means poor waste management and increase the use of non-biodegradable plastic packaging. Does not decay, takes up the space and can harm for wildlife also. Untreated sewage means human and livestock waste can contain harmful bacteria, reduce the oxygen concentration and river, destroying the freshwater communities also. And next one is fertilizers. Crop farming and then leads to excess of growth and algae, freshwater that block the sunlight and then plant produces. So they die, oxygen level drop and the more organism also die in that manner. So just we recall what are the details learned in this session. I think it is very useful for you. And next one is very simple concept. What are the water bodies? What are the water bodies of water? Yes, we know. What are the water bodies? Ocean, pond, river, a lake, and waterfalls. These are all the water sources of in our nature. Yes, these pictures are given here. Now we are going to match the right proper term into that part. You know that right part of that? You know that part? Yes. What is this? This is ocean. Okay. What is this? Yes, this is waterfall. This is the water is moving in this area. Moving part means river area. Pond. Yes. The water is stagnate in that area. So that is pond water. This is a lake. So these are all the water sources. What are the water sources in our earth means these kind of water sources. Lake, river, waterfall, ocean and pond. Is it right? Shall I submit that? Why it is wrong? Because this is pond. I'm going to explain that part. Yes. Yes. Pond. Pond is a small area. So, lake means large area. So, why that? I took the wrong answer for these two. The area of the pond is less area. That is compared to the lake level, the area of the pond is lesser compared to the lake part. So, large area is covered in that place means that is lake. Pond means small amount of area only covered in that places. Okay, so this is river, waterfall and then ocean. So, I want to explain that area. Okay, contains, so that I choose the wrong answer for that places. Next one is sources of water pollution. Yes, different kinds of sources we learnt in this session. Yes, what are the sources? One is toxic chemical, fertilizers, untreated sewage. These are all the sources of water pollution. Yo, some explanations are given here. One is lack of treatment of plants in inhabited areas, meaning sewage enter the water course. So, sewage enter. What is sewage water? Yes, this is the right picture for that. Runoff occurs from agricultural land causing fertilizer to enter the water course. Yes, fertilizer is one of the water source of the water pollutions sprayed on the crops to prevent insect damage and weed growth. When runoff occurs, these chemicals are enter the water course. Yes, we supply different kinds of fertilizer, pesticides and fungicides. So these also enter into water courses. Is it right? Yes. So these are all the right answer for this activity. Next one activity related the water pollution. So what are the main causes of water pollution? Fish, turtles in water. Fish and turtles are in water. Plastic, garbage and industrial waste. Anyone also interested to participate this activity? Anyone want to tell the answer? Means you please just you type it. What is the question of this first in this quiz? One is, what are the main causes of water pollution? First one is fish and water, turtles in water, plastic, garbage and industrial waste. Means plastic, garbage and the industrial waste is the right answer for this question. Okay. What can happen to fish when there is not enough oxygen in that water? Means they can't flow, they can't breathe, they can't see. So oxygen is the main source of our respiration, not only for human as well as the animals also. Yes. Yes, someone tell that plastic. Okay, very good, ma. So what happened that fish means they can't breathe. So that is the right answer for this question. We can prevent water pollution by reduce use of plastic, proper disposal of chemicals, proper disposal of garbage, all the above. Which is the right answer? First one is reduce usage of that plastic. Reduce. And next one is proper disposal of chemicals. Chemical proper and then proper disposal of garbage. Yes. Yes. The last option. Yes, the D option is the right. Some students are told that answer. Very good. Yes, these three are first three answers are correct. All the aboves are correct for that. Which of the following is not a natural cause of water pollution? Animal waste or oil spill? Natural cause of water pollution means animal waste is one of the organic manure. Is it or not? Yes, animal waste or the organic manure. It is not a pollutant. Which one is a pollutant? Yes, correct. Very good. Option B is the right answer. Oil spill is the right answer for this question. Take the harmful effects of water pollution, death of animals, disease in humans, habitats of aquatic animals are destroyed, all the above. Yes, when we the water is polluted means what are the causes we face? Death of animals, disease and humans, habitats of aquatic animals. Yes. What is the answer for this, ma? Yes, correct. Good. Option D is the right answer. We face all the problems of water pollution. Very good, students. Each and everyone told the right answer only. No one can choose the wrong answer. So, the chapter is understood. Is it or not? Yes, these activities are related in our chapter. So, when we choose the right answer means I am so satisfied because you understand the concept of this chapter. Okay. Yes. Okay. And next concept, that is next topic of this chapter, controlling of water pollution. Yes, we learned the water pollution, what are the causes, sources of water pollution, how we can control the water pollution, how we can control the water pollution. That is the next heading, controlling water pollution. Sorry, ma, I don't know the language. Please understand. Controlling water pollution. Controlling means water is precious. Yes, one of the precious matter, water. What are the essential factor? Air, water, shelter, food, like that. So water is one of the essential factor to survive in this world. All the living organisms need water. Is it? So water is the precious and essential for all the living organisms. But nowadays, the water bodies are polluted and with waste ranging from the plastic and toxic substance also. All of us can take immediate steps to save our precious matter. We want to save the water sources. You want to save the water sources. How we can save that? Yes. First one, use detergents that are biodegradable and avoid those that contain the toxic chemicals. Okay. Used biodegradable detergents. When we want to use the biodegradable detergent means, in biodegradable detergent contains less amount of chemicals. Less amount of chemicals mean the water is not suffer. Water is not polluted when we want to use the biodegradable detergent. That is the first thing of save, controlling of water pollution. And next one, wear clothing that is made from natural fibers such as cotton and avoid wearing the synthetic fibers that is such as nylon and polyester. So please use all the natural fibers. Natural fibers. So artificial nylon and polyester means, so it will contains large amount of chemical contaminations. Okay, so that we want to avoid the artificial material. Do not throw the waste plastics into water bodies. Another one is, do not throw plastic material to the water bodies. Please control and avoid that. Okay, not control, avoid. Do not throw the plastic materials to the water bodies. And then domestic water waste should be treated properly. That is treated water. Should remove from that means it can reduce the flushing of toilets and gardening also. And then use biopesticides. Yes, one of the another important one is, don't use the chemical pesticide. Use biopesticide. So when we are use the biopesticides, that is organic manure, organic materials means it does not affect the water. Water is not affect when we are using the biopesticides. And next one is use the compost made from the cow dung. Use compost. What is compost? Compost means that is cattle's waste, cow dung, and then cow urine. These are called the compost. And next one, water released from the industry should be treated before being discharged. So we want to filter that water. Industrial wastewater after using that should be treated before discharge or recycled formation. Industrial waste want to recycle the water. Recycle water means that is industry's wastewater. industries wastewater want to recycle means after the recycled water means definitely that industrial waste is not affect the water. Water pollution is not created in that place. When we want to treated the wastewater or filtered the industrial waste, that is not pollute that. Okay. Compost. Compost is one of the manure. What is meaning of the compost means compost is one of the organic manure ma. In organic manure is compost, that is decomposing of wastages. Compost the mixture of ingredients using the plant fertilizer, wastages of decompose of plants and then water like that, sorry, fruits, peels like that. So that is called as compost. Composting is an aerobic method of decomposing of organic solid materials. That is one of the good manure for our field. Okay. So in these points are for controlling of water pollution. Okay. So first one is use detergents that are biodegradable. Next one is wearing the cloth, natural cloth and natural fibers like that cotton and then wool. And next one is we want to don't throw the plastic materials directly to the water bodies. Domestic wastewater should treated as a gardening purposes. It will be useful. And then used biopesticides, that is natural pest control. And next one is use compost made from the cow dung and then garden waste and kitchen waste. Next one, water released from the industry should be treated before entering to the water bodies. That is good. So these are all the controlling points of controlling water pollution. Okay, students, just I'm going to write what are the details we learned in this session. First point is water pollution. That concept. Is there any doubt in this area? You please ask me. One is water pollution. Sources of water pollution is the another heading. Subheadings are household detergent. And then domestic sewage. And then domestic waste and then plastic. Agricultural activities. Sorry. And industrial waste and thermal pollution, oil spill and thermal pollution. Okay. So these are all the subheading of sources of water pollution in this area. Is there any clarification or is there any doubt? You please ask me, students. Can you understand all these topics? What is water pollution? What are the sources of water pollution? I explained in that session. Okay. Okay, fine. Just you go through the chapter in your textbook also. Is there any doubt or clarification? We will discuss in next session. Okay. Thank you, students. Jai Vidya, Shakti, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.